Okay, we're going to start our lesson on the proposal argument with a list. A list of some problems around campus. So what are some problems? I don't mean people. I don't mean the people, the annoying people who sit next to you. They may be problems, but just teasing. What are some problems that you face around campus? Parking, that's always the problem. That's the number one thing. Parking.
I know it's a small thing, but I remember I would park in the parking lot across from the stadium at Hoover campus, the one next to the Greg Cage apartment. And I always remember hating to have to cross that road, the road Alumni, is that what it is? And people rarely ever stopped or even slowed down to let people pass. And I always, I hated that there wasn't any better way to manage that little area.
And that's probably related to the whole parking issue, that you had to walk so far away from where you parked that it wasn't completely safe.
So it's I just hated that intersection.
Any other big problems that you can think of on campus?
I don't know if it's just me, but they constantly lose papers, put them in different folders, forget to type it up, the whole administration procedures.
Like admin errors / incompetency. I'll just stick with admin errors. So your records get messed up somehow because somebody, like you said, loses paperwork, or they don't get even typed up, or is that the problem you're facing?
I know, every semester for some reason.
Something happens.
Yeah.
Anybody else? What, you have no problems with campus or with school at all? Yes.
I don't know if
Go ahead, Cassandra.
Well, I had that incident today. You have a problem, and they end up sending you to 5 different places just to figure out the problem.
Okay.
So it's referrals to different areas.
Yeah, so there's and again, it's administrative. There's no clear indication of who does what, right?
There's really not.
If you have a
Nobody
problem,
knows where you
you may
go.
have to see 6 different people before you can find the right person to address your problem. I don't know what that would fall under, administrative.
Catastrophe.
What catastrophe? I'm thinking a wild goose chase or something. Or an administrative tag. I don't know. You have 12 different people.
I don't know if this is necessarily a problem or I mean, I don't know if it is, but I hate that you only are given a week at the beginning of the semester to withdraw from a class. And anything, even one day after that first week, if you would choose to withdraw, you still have to pay 75, or no, a quarter of or half, you only get half of your money back. But I don't think, that's not really necessarily a problem, There's no sports.
No sports. What kind of sports would you like to see?
Tennis.
You're talking about intramural, within campus?
Any sport.
Any
Just a sport. They'll help obesity.
Get active. problems?
There's so many schools. Oh, sorry. There's a lot of different ones. Like there's the Cooper campus, the Regency campus, there's Orangeburg campus, there's a Danville campus.
Is that a problem though?
You never know which one you're going to be at. You could end up in Lexington and your class is supposed to be in Danville.
Yeah, but you should know that when you sign up for the classes though, right?
Yeah.
Not always.
Yeah, but
Not if you're
PeopleSoft is another problem.
Oh, PeopleSoft, okay.
Not if you're a advisor, does it? I had one told me at Leestown and Regency, every 15 minutes in between.
Oh, I do wish they did all.
PeopleSoft, okay.
User-friendly software ever.
So this is what you use to add and
Do everything.
withdraw and, okay.
Might as well just put Blackboard up there too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think that's more of a problem for teachers, because it drops a lot of stuff.
oh gosh. Blackboard. I'm really not a fan of Blackboard. Yeah, I get kicked out. I will have this, you know, when especially online, when I'm typing up my instructor comments, and I have this really long instructor comment about somebody's essay. And it's like 3 or 4 paragraphs long, and I hit this, you know, the whatever, the enter button, and it kicks me out, and I lose all that, and I just
I
Go
usually
ballistic.
try to, I copy and save, like, before I do that, just in case.
Yeah, I've started doing that, but sometimes you just forget because you, I mean, it should, if you hit this, you know, the save button, it should save it, right? You would think,
Yeah.
not kick me all the way out of the system. But yeah, and it, a lot of issues with that. Any other problems around campus?
There's not a lot of, seeing as how it's a community college, there's not a lot of, I completely forgot what it's called, majors that are open. Like, well, obviously EKU is the only interpreting major that you can have, or there that you can have. And so we only have like ASL classes and a focus area, but you can only minor in that.
So you're saying not enough specialties, I guess, or not enough
Something like that.
majors?
Not a lot of stuff carries over there either,
Yeah, that's,
depending on who's running the program.
yeah, that's always been a problem with EKU, is so much stuff doesn't transfer. Whereas UK, it used to be almost everything would transfer because they have the same general, you know, general requirements, general guidelines. And EKU's totally bass-ackwards in my opinion, but that's just my bass-ackwards opinion. But, so, and also some of the, I mean, what about some of the more competitive programs? Are there some programs here that are really hard to get into?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
So
why is
the
that?
firefighting school is hard to get into, and you gotta go all the way out to Lawrenceburg for it. It's the only place they offer it. So, like, I gotta start next semester, so I'm gonna have to move to Lawrenceburg, so I don't have to drive, you know, 40 minutes every day. And like I said, plus it's hard to get into, and
So there's limited programs in their, you know, in the number of programs offered, and then also in, you know, the number of students that can get in those programs too. Okay, so these are some of the major problems on campus. Which one, if you were to vote for one, which one would you say is the most problematic?
parking. What's most annoying? I mean, I've had my truck towed and just tickets and all types of problems. Have to walk a mile to school, and just in the winter it's not very fun.
I think we should just have a bus.
Anybody want to vote for another one besides parking?
I mean, you pay, I don't know, you pay for tuition and you
Besides-
get parking. I mean, it's just.
But even if you buy a permit, you still can park.
Okay, so let's just,
No.
you want to do no sports or? Alright, well then let's focus on parking. This seems to be the thing that most students have the biggest problem with. And, you know, I'm not pleased about the parking situation either. I mean, faculty parking tags are way, way, way expensive, more expensive than students.
I figured those would be free.
You would think, wouldn't you? But no, they're gonna gouge you, and you know, I'm not always guaranteed a parking spot where I'm supposed to be parking anyway, so. So let's just focus on parking. So the first thing that we need to do is, well, first of all, let's just take a vote. I mean, I know we sort of did, but how many of you don't have a problem with parking? I mean, be honest.
I mean, I don't, because I don't go to the other campuses, I come here, so.
So, would any of you agree that there's really not a parking problem?
I will next
You get
semester.
dropped off.
I mean, if you go to only this one, now it's not a problem. If you go to Cooper campus, it's a big problem.
Even here, if you come here today, you have to park somewhere down the street
Yeah.
all the way.
Yeah, I've had to park
By the dealership
way
or-
down there. And still, even that's not quite as bad as some other campuses. So, when you're thinking about your proposals, and that's what we're doing here, that's the whole point of this, one thing that you're gonna have to think about is convincing your audience that a problem actually exists. So, step number one in your essay, probably in your introduction, is outlining the problem. What is the problem? Talk about all the different facets of it in order to convince your audience that, first of all, a problem actually exists. So, the first thing we're going to do is just outline some of the problems. We're just going to kind of make a list here. What are some of the problems that have to do with parking? I'll put this up here so we can make a bigger list.
It's expensive.
In certain areas.
Okay. So, it's expensive.
The other thing is, as a BCTC student, you cannot, at least that's what they told me, you cannot buy a parking tag for just a semester like UK students can. You have to buy it for the whole year.
Now, you can buy, I think you can buy
Like, they
for-
wouldn't let me, I don't know why.
You have to buy it, if you're buying it for the whole, you have to buy it for the whole year, but then if you're not going to classes, they will reimburse you.
So if you start school in January, how are they gonna make you buy it for the whole year? If
They
you-
don't have any.
Or they don't have any, so you don't get one anyway? Even like a K-Lot?
I don't know, I went down there to buy one, they told me I couldn't buy one there, I had to go online and get one. They said they couldn't sell it to me at the place where they're supposed to sell it to you, so, I mean, I've been going here,
Sounds like an
I mean,
administrative.
they want like $160 or something for it, I mean, I'm not gonna pay that, I'll walk.
Okay, so it's expensive, and, so you said they wouldn't let you buy it for a whole,
No,
I mean, they wouldn't let you buy it for a semester. Okay, so, let's put this. Here. So you have to buy for a year, required. All right, does anybody know how expensive a tag is?
I think it's like $165.
That's for a regular, is that for a K-Lot or is that for a C-Lot?
I think it's for a C lot. Oh, that's what my sister said she paid.
That's a
She's
semester.
in the C lot.
It's
For
per
a year, it
semester?
was like over $200.
Yes,
Oh, is it? Okay, well, I just know it was 165. That might, I don't know if that might be for C lot. I'm not 100% sure. I just know it's,
Okay, so it's expensive, let's just agree with that.
it's a couple hundred.
I've also heard that, that the C-Lot passes run out really quickly.
Well, I know if you got like a night class, I go to, I take a lot of night classes, and I'll go up there, and there won't be 3 cars in the parking lot. I'll go park in the back where nobody's around, and I'll still get a ticket. I mean, if there's available parking, I don't think they should ticket you. I understand they want their money, and that's part of their trying to enforce it, but I mean, if there's 100 empty places and it's 6 o'clock at night, I don't see why.
They down at Cooper campus.
Yeah, Cooper.
After 5 or something.
No, Cooper, they still take it. I had like I had a
Really?
class that started at like 6 there,
See,
6:30,
when
and
I
they still
always
wrote me a
park there
ticket.
when I go home and get my books, and I never
Yeah.
have.
I mean, I ran in there, just drop off the paper, came out with a ticket. I mean,
Oh.
they're bad.
They was probably waiting on you.
They
though.
were,
yeah.
they do, they're like sharks.
That's why I parked down there in the soccer field and walked.
Yeah, a lot of students don't know about that either. We can talk about that.
I mean, it's about it's like a half-mile walk, but it's better. In the wintertime, it's not very fun.
So what are some other,
Even if you have it permit, there's no place to park.
no places?
You're not guaranteed a spot.
Yeah, even if you buy it,
During the day, you cannot. You can spend half an hour driving around the block.
Even if you have a pass, you're not guaranteed a spot. Casey?
Like, the reason I don't think parking here is a big problem, because when I went to school at Lindsey Wilson, parking was like a huge problem, because I parked 3 or 4 miles away from where I lived and from all my classes and had to walk back and forth. So I don't see it as big as a problem to me, because I've had it worse.
I mean, the distance isn't the problem, it's just the stupid people driving is the problem.
if you're running late, that's
What
a
if
big deal
it's-
if you can't park close sometimes.
What if you have a late night class? I don't know, for you guys, it might not be such a big deal, but I don't like walking on campus in the dark,
That's
especially
not
around
very
the
safe.
stadium.
Down there at Cooper, no, it's not safe down there at night.
I mean, even
All
walking up
types
to
of
the
robberies
soccer,
and-
I mean, even when you walk up to the soccer fields and stuff, I don't
Oh
like
yeah,
doing that
I'll go
night.
walking around there at night, I mean, you can't see nothing, there's no street lights, no nothing out there, it's pitch black walking out there at night.
So if you have, let's say you have a K-Lot pass and you have to park way on the other side of the stadium at night, walking back and forth, that's not, I mean, yeah, they have security, but it's security, So,
Do we have a security number, or are we just supposed to call State Dad?
I'm not sure.
Write that on it.
It's not safe, at night. Let's put that. So it's expensive. You can't buy it on an as-needed basis. There are too few C-Lot tickets available, passes available. Even if you have a spot, you're not guaranteed, even if you have a pass, you're not guaranteed a spot. And sometimes it's not safe to be walking around at night. Does that pretty much cover it?
And the meter mates.
Okay, yeah.
Like I said, I mean, I had my truck parked, I had an evening class, it started at like 5, and I was across Cooper in that parking lot by Greg Page in the very back. And that parking lot was completely empty, and they towed my truck being back there. And I hadn't even had a ticket or anything, it was right at the start of the semester.
Yeah, you can see them there. I mean, they're literally riding up and down. It's like Jaws, do.
When did they decide to tow versus give you a ticket?
I don't know what the rule is. They said it's supposed to be after 3 tickets they tow you, but like I said, I didn't even have one at that point. They towed my truck. And I had
Carried over.
What about actually going to getting the parking passes themselves? Anybody have problems with that?
Yeah, that's what I said, when I went down there, they wouldn't sell me one. They told me I had to go online and buy it and wait for it to be mailed, and it was after the semester started. What are you supposed to do until then?
I think it depends on at what point in the semester you can.
Yeah, if you come right at the beginning, like in
Yeah, you can
August,
go into the-
or I'd rather shoot myself than go get a parking pass. Because I mean, it's swamped. There's no place to park when you get there.
That's the good thing, there are not very many, visitor parking spots.
There used to be none. There used to be none. There were like 2 meters, literally 2 meters, but now they have like 10
Oh,
meters.
wow.
But those meters are only for 45 minutes also.
Yeah, and so if you come in August, you're gonna be standing there for probably at least 2 hours. unless, you know, you hit something, unless you get there right when they open or something. So, yeah, it's not convenient either, unless you do get it online. But when I went, I couldn't get it online for some reason. So, it's inconvenient to even purchase the tags in many cases.
They have very confusing rules. They sell this online and this at the place, but then the other days they sell different buses at the place and different online. And I've seen somewhere like a page of rules when you should buy online and when you should go, and it's confusing.
Yeah, so it's not very clear cut. Okay, so these are kind of the main problems. So, what are some solutions that you can think of to these?
Expand.
How so?
Let's dig up the ground.
Parking garage.
Yeah.
So build a parking garage.
I think with tuition, your parking should be paid for anyway. I mean,
Take it on stage.
you're just nickel and diming yourself.
Well, and again, BCTC has really nothing to do with the whole parking situation. That's all UK.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're going to take you for every dime that they can.
But see that, well then that doesn't make any sense. to me.
Well, it's because we
It's-
rent the property.
Well, yeah, well, I know LCC, well, it used to be LCC, it was part of UK, and I guess that's why they went
Yeah.
away, but I mean, I think if you're paying that tuition, you should have a parking pass.
So you say include it in tuition.
Mm-hmm.
So how many of you don't have a parking pass, don't need one?
I don't have one, but.
I wouldn't include in tuition, because then you would be
So those people
charging people who don't even
don't
need
use
it.
it. But you do that for everything else. I mean, how many of you use the writing center? How many of you use any of the other, free or whatever services that are included with your tuition?
We don't even get access to the gym no more, do we?
No, you gotta pay for
I
that.
think so.
Yeah, because we used to get access to, I went here in 2002, 2003, and we had like access to the gym. We used to get tickets to the football games for like $5.
Because
I
you
mean,
were
we used-
considered
Yeah, it was all
part
UK. We
Yeah.
used to get all types of stuff. Now you don't get nothing.
No.
I was smart. I did everything else not at Cooper. All the classes are at Leestown or Regency.
Yeah, me
That way I didn't have to
too.
deal with Cooper.
Now, that's good, that's smart,
Yeah.
but not everybody can do that, because not all the classes are gonna be offered. But there is a possibility, you can park, if you have like a class on Cooper, you can park at the soccer
Yeah,
stadium.
that's for the soccer, over there by the soccer
Yeah.
field, you park there and just walk.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a bad walk, you don't have to pay anything, it's not a bad walk, but
Is
then
there
again,
parking
It's not a
over
fun
there
walk.
usually?
they're hard.
Pretty cold.
Is there usually parking?
Yeah,
stuff around?
yeah, I've never ever seen that lot full, have you?
The soccer?
The soccer.
I mean, I've had to go to the very back of it before, but that was in the middle of the day, and I mean,
Yeah.
that's the
I don't
most,
even
but
know
you can
where
always
it's
find a
at.
spot there. But, like I said, I mean, the wintertime sucks, but, I mean, that walk's really not that much worse than parking
On the other side
across,
of the stadium, right?
yeah,
So-
the other side of the stadium,
Yeah.
it's about the same,
Not
I
that
mean,
much
it's
different.
not much.
But you're right, if it's snowing, or if it's raining, or if it's dark out, it's not such,
I mean, the weather's
But-
nice, it's not bad.
it's a possibility, so I'm just gonna go put that. Park, at soccer complex. So that's an option. It's not ideal, though, right? Okay, so, have to buy for a year. How about, what do you think for that one?
What
To the semester, I
Semester.
guess, yeah.
Or what about even on an
Monthly.
as-needed basis?
Yeah.
What if you only have a fall 2 class?
Yeah, that's true.
So how about,
Like shorter period, well, I don't know if
You can buy it monthly or whatever
there's
you want.
more options,
More
maybe more
options,
options
yeah.
for purchasing,
I mean, they could even assign spots, number them and assign them,
Yeah.
and that way you don't worry about anybody, somebody
I
does.
think they
take
got
your
too
spot.
many students.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
that'd be hard
there's
to-
a
But
way they
and
can
and
figure it
kind of
out.
deceiving though, that's weird.
I mean, they could figure
They
it out.
charge you, and then, possibly you're not gonna be able to have work.
Yeah.